guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Joanne and I am an aspiring artist, music artist, model, and overall entertainer. So if you found my video, thank you so much for sticking around, and hopefully you will like, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that you feel is worthy, deserving, needing to watch this. I don't know where I was gonna go with that single thought. Anyway, I am back with another video. This time it's all about my experience with doing a model's photo shoot. This is my first time as an inspiring model, but also I came to this photo shoot with the intention to build up my portfolio, and that's what Map Studio helped me achieve. So I'm going to be sharing some of my experiences and what I've learned, what I've expected or did not expect, and what I got out of the whole experience. So I would probably say, as a disclaimer, like I said, I'm an inspiring model, so there might be things that I probably didn't do or probably could have done, but hey, I did the best that I could with the knowledge and resources I had at the time. So let's since that's out of the window. Anyway, I went ahead and chose Map Studio, not for any particular specific reason. I think I discovered them through Instagram. I think they were putting out an ad to say, hey, we are a photo shoot studio. We are not an agency. First and foremost, we're not an agency. We are a photo studio that helps build portfolios for potential models and actors. So I was like, okay. And I did a little bit of research, and it looks like they were the type of studio that would do like a bunch of photos for you that are very specifically tailored for what a portfolio should look like for a model. So I said, hey, why not? I've been wanting to get back into modeling because not many people know this about me, but I have a strong desire and purpose to be in the entertainment business. And the way I guess I and God envisions that for me is to go and utilize my voice, my self-expression, whether that means in singing, songwriting, modeling, guitar playing, whatever it is, which are the things that I am working towards to becoming. So I'm already halfway there. So yeah. My little experience with modeling I used to do back when I was a kid. I don't really remember what age I was, probably when I was a 10-year-old, maybe even younger. But I used to do a little bit of modeling back at Barbizon, I believe is what they're called. They're still around. They're a modeling agency that caters to kids, I think babies, kids, and teens mostly. But I mean, if you're stuck around with them long enough, I don't think it would be such a problem with working with adults at the time too. But I don't know. I haven't worked with Barbizon in a long time, but that was my first experience with modeling. I saw my older brother do it, and I just wanted to follow suit because as any kid, as any younger sibling, they just want to do the same shit as their older sibling, right? So that was my introduction to the entertainment and modeling agency as a whole. And then flash forward a couple of years, I didn't go ahead and follow through with that just because in my family, we don't see achieving things of that stature or that level of fame or whatever we don't see it as achievable, nor do we aspire to do so, because I come from a Haitian background, and all our Haitian parents in the older generation just wants to see their kids be doctors, be nurses, and the most guaranteed line of work, right? But I'm very much different. I'm a free spirited. I believe I'm meant for something much more different that my own family has not seen. And that takes a lot of courage and a lot of sacrifice and a lot of just being seen as the black sheep of the family to try and do things that is not of the family norm. So for me, for example, I want to be famous. I want to be a celebrity, but I also want to be an entertainer with the purpose of uplifting people in their energies in their life, right? And so my vision, the way I'm trying to go about it is through singing, songwriting, and modeling. Those are like my stepping stones into the entertainment industry, obviously, because I wish to become something much bigger, much more uplifting for the industry that the industry needs. But that's a whole nother spiel for a whole nother video. But back to Map Studio. So my first photo shoot was obviously a success because I learned a lot of what I currently need to learn, and that is poses, facial expressions. But what I did gather from that whole experience was the fact that the industry is so supportive. Well, I shouldn't say the whole industry. I don't know the whole industry like that. The people that I worked with at Map Studio were hella supportive, encouraging, and welcoming. I was not the only model there that day for the photo shoot, which I was a bit surprised, but honestly, it was a good thing because I probably would have been more nervous to do something like that by myself in that studio. So there was a bunch of other folks besides me, all of different ages, race, backgrounds, which is super cool to see because, you know, probably 10, 20 years ago, it wasn't always like that, right? So it was really great to see not only me, but other people there to do their own photo shoot. And the directive for all of us was the same. So the only thing that we were required to bring with us was our own set of clothes, accessories, and shoes. Everything else, like the photographer, as well as the makeup artist, would be provided for us. So we did not have to worry about that. So we were instructed to come in with no makeup, nothing on our face, make sure our nails and our feet are done and all that. But the only thing that we needed to bring is our own set of clothes. So what I brought with me which was instructed of me to bring, was a pair of a white t-shirt and blue jeans, regardless if they're ripped or not, which is probably, I think, an industry standard like headshot or just a body shot of seeing you in that sort of outfit. It's very basic, very minimum. And then for makeup, when the makeup artist did my makeup, she made sure it was super natural, very minimalistic, and didn't really show a lot of makeup because part of the whole portfolio building is they want to see you with a bare face as much as possible so they can see what kind of canvas, what kind of vessel and body that they're working with, right? So that was how the first photo shoot went with those. I'll be sharing some of the pictures that I was able to get from the whole experience. And then after that, we moved on to the next photo shoot, which I believe the next one was fitness. Yes, it was. The next one was fitness, and then the next one after that was more of bring in your own personality and style. So I brought two sets of clothes just so I would be better prepared. I'd rather be overly prepared than unprepared, if that makes sense. And then after the whole streetwear or bringing your own personality photo shoot came the high fashion one, and I believe that was the last one. So it was a white tee, fitness, your own personal outfit style, and then high fashion. And then what I was able to gather from that experience was the fact that um, even if you have little to no experience with posing or modeling, they are there. The photographer, the crew members, even the makeup artists are all there to not only welcome you but encourage you and provide you that guidance. So despite me not having much experience, I was very comfortable receiving all the directives that the photographer was giving to me. So it was a lot of fun. But definitely something, if you are inspiring to become part of this industry, is to do your homework and do the studies. So brush up on all the poses and all the expressions that you might want to have in your model toolkit for your next call. What should we call it? Casting call or audition. And so I was very grateful and thankful for the photographer for their level of encouragement and guidance, as well as the makeup artist. They've helped make me feel very empowered and confident in the things that are already my assets. So I'm very grateful for that experience with them. But yeah, I wasn't able to, you know, record a lot of what was going on at the studio, just because they prefer not to do that, which is very understandable. There's other people besides me at the studio, so they don't want to hinder or bother anybody else's space or boundaries. So I got a little bit of what I could that they allowed me to, so that is something I'm grateful as well, which obviously I'll be showing here in this video or vlog. What's another thing I wanted to share? Oh, so at the very end, they did show me a bunch of photos that I had the chance to use in my portfolio, right? Which is pretty much all of them, because not to toot my own horn, but I think I did a really fabulous job on my first photo shoot. Granted, having little to no experience, I always knew I had the talent and potential to do so. But to hear that validated, besides from not from me but from other people who also see my potential, was really refreshing. And just hearing what they had to say in terms of positive feedback, critiques, and what I can probably work on, those were very helpful to hear. And obviously hearing the compliments and what are my strong suits. So I think I already have an idea of what avenue I want to take in modeling. It's definitely fitness, definitely beauty, commercial, and high fashion. And it's interesting enough because I did speak with one of their consultants, who's like, basically her job there at the MAP studio is to help guide you in terms of where you want to go, where do you see yourself in the industry. So I was explaining to her that my end goal would be high fashion, despite knowing that I might need to begin with something that's more commercial and maybe beauty. And she actually told me something that I was surprised by. Like, she was telling me, based off of the portfolio that I just created here with them today, or that day, was that I'm already halfway there. Like, I don't really need to do too much or change so much of myself to be in that category of high fashion. So I was like, oh, okay. That is actually very good to hear. So that means whatever course I choose to take in the my next step, with whether it's casting calls or other auditions, I have a high chance or probability of being selected for a high fashion gig. So that's really good to know. But besides getting all the images, obviously you have to pay to receive those images, because it's not a free photo shoot, not completely. But I was very happy that I did decide to go with Map Studio, because for the high price that I paid for, which I won't get into because I don't know how much I'm allowed to speak about it. It's something that you would have to do the research yourself, if you're very serious about going into this industry. But I did pay a premium plan to receive all of my imagery, which I think there were about 40-ish of them, all high quality, all retouched and edited to my liking. not only did I receive all the photos, I also received, basically, they're going to be making me a e-portfolio website. So all of the photos will be included onto that website with, as well as my information, my measurements, and all that. So that's really good. And on top of that, they're making me a comp card, which I think I will explain later about what that is. But if I have not, it's basically a model's business card that you will show to casting calls and auditions. Those two items, though, the website and the comp card, won't arrive for another 6 to 8 weeks because of production time, which is understandable. However, you don't need to wait the whole 6 to 8 production weeks to get those. I mean, obviously, I don't know how much I'll be able to do on my own with the website. However, with those photos, I can make my own comp card right now, which is what I did. So here is an example of a model's comp card, or a business card, if you would like to call it that too. This is basically what I created from all the photos that I received that day, and decided to, you know, compile them onto a 8.5 by 5.5 flyer card. Typically they're usually in this rotation, but I like to be a little bit more creative and add more photos that I can, utilizing the space that I have. So I decided to go with a horizontal image, and as you can tell, it has my name, my measurements, as well as more photos on the back with my name on it as well. So this is something that is very vital and very needed as you're going to any auditions or casting calls, because this is basically what the modeling agencies and the directors are going to be seeing when they view so many other models besides you that day. So having something that's quick, easy, and very professional looking to look at is very helpful. So definitely have this in your arsenal if you haven't already. So that was really fun. But for now, I'm going to take it back to my past self because I believe she had more to say. And now we're back home. Before I end off this video, I wanted to give you guys I wanted to share more of my experience with my photo shoot today. I've never been to a photo shoot before. So I was pretty open-minded. I wanted to give myself the best preparation and success I can offer to myself. So I made sure that I prepared all of my clothes ahead of time, which meant I even bought new clothes just in case I wanted to offer more of my personality and style, because my wardrobe needs an upgrade at the moment. And so definitely I was very much happy that I did purchase some new clothes, because some of those new clothes, so I wanted to also share what I also wanted to share with you guys what also went on with that studio session, or sorry, photo shoot session. So and not the models, the makeup artist, as well as the photographer and the modeling coach there, everybody there was super nice, super friendly, super personable, and I was able to really understand. Well, it took me a second, but I was able to understand their directions, and they offered really clear directions for me as well. And they made the whole process so seamless, so quick, and like I said, enjoyable. So it was super cool to get those inner validation of myself being also received from outside of myself, if that makes sense. Like the photographer, for example, was giving me such great compliments, but also like directives that were like very confident boosters for me. So such as complimenting my jawline or my tight cheekbones or whatever. So I know what I got, but I don't really know what I got, you know? So it's just to hear what they had to say about my features, and like how it is very marketable, very commercial, and it's made to be seen on either a camera or on a magazine. So it was really cool to get those validations that I already knew about myself, but given to me in a more humbled but more matter of fact directive way. So it was super cool. They were not there to gas me up, they were not there to sugarcoat or fluff me up. They were there to say, hey, we see what you got, we believe what you believe in, and we're here to help make sure you get to where you're trying to go. So that was super cool. That was super great of them. What else can I say for the experience? I mean, I don't know, like, it was so fun. Like, I'm just super glad and proud of myself for taking this opportunity. Like, one, I know I'm investing in myself, and that this is something I seriously want to get into. I wanted to become an actual model. I want to become an actual singer, songwriter, musician, all of that. And if it means I have to shell out a couple of monies, then I'm going to do it. If it means I'm going to have to work at if I have to work harder, pick up more jobs, anywhere I can, then I will. Because, hey, my dream, my goals mean the world to me. And this is a vision that God, the universe, my guides, my ancestors have been pressuring me to get into. And if they believe in me, then why not? Why can I not believe in myself, right? Like, I gotta believe in myself. I have to put in the work. I just gotta do it. And so all that is to say is, like, if you're someone who's inspiring to become a model yourself, or a musician, a songwriter, whatever it is, do it. You will have to work hard, especially if you're someone who has a skin color like me. Us girls, us people of color, have to work twice as hard to get what we want. And that's just the reality of it all. So don't be afraid of rejection. Don't be afraid of closed doors. Don't be afraid that you have to work harder. Don't be afraid that you might make mistakes or failures, because you're going to go through all of those during your course of your journey, wherever you're trying to lead yourself to. It's about making sure these experiences, this journey, making sure that doesn't break you. It will build you to be such a better person. And that's something I am trying to remind myself every time I go through my ups and downs, because while I like to be positive, I also go through a lot of emotional turmoil, a lot of negative shit that goes down in my life that I don't speak about. I'm a very private person, but what can you do? What can you do? Don't give up on yourself. That's what you should do. Don't give up on yourself. But yeah, I had a great time during that whole photo shoot. I don't think I even said the name of what they're called. It's Map Studio, right? I believe it's Map Studio. They're located in Boston, in Charlestown area, but I believe they have a studio also in New York. I might be wrong. I don't know about that, but they're not in modeling agency. They're more of a photo shoot studio. And so their job is to help put your best foot forward into the doors by creating this portfolio for you, so that, and they will provide you all the resources like I explained, like the portfolio, the website, the comps, the modeling business card, whatever it's called, and more for you. All the next step that you have to take after that is actively putting yourself out there, whether that's going on Instagram and putting all those photos out there, reaching out to all those modeling agencies that you want to work with, going to those casting calls, and just put your best foot forward. Okay, I'm gonna continue saying that, because like they did the half the work, you need to do the rest, and it's just something that you're gonna have to work too hard towards. So that's just what I wanted to explain and share with you guys. If you have any other questions about the whole experience that that I did at this photo shoot. Please share your comments, or even if you had your own experience, share those too. I would love to hear them as well. So with that, I just want to end off this video, and I'll definitely be uploading more videos of what's to come about this whole modeling thing. Like I said, this is a very serious endeavor, journey I want to get into. I definitely see myself in a magazine. I definitely see myself on billboards, everywhere. Okay, I got what it takes. Okay, so you'll definitely be seeing more content about modeling and everything else. Okay, so thank you so much if you've stuck around long enough for this video. Thank you so much. Please share, like, and subscribe for more content, and have a blessed day, you guys. Bye.